Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good morning.
It's Olivia.
Oh, hi, Olivia. How are you?
Good, and you?
Great.
I
I
was
didn't
away
know
for a
I
month.
didn't know that you joined yoga.
Yeah, I do. I've been doing it for years with Nancy, but I was away. We were almost a month in Portugal and Spain. Then we
Oh,
just
how was
drove back to Massachusetts. So I'm back
oh,
in the swing of things.
excellent.
I didn't think I was going to be able to sign in. Have you changed your password and all that with the new website?
Oh gosh, no, I have to do that.
Is it this afternoon because of the date was changed or something like that?
I briefly saw the email, but I haven't done a thing about it. I'll have to look
Yeah.
at that. My husband and I we talked about it.
Yeah, and I think it's was delayed because they had that power outage at the club. So I think
Oh,
today is when it's supposed to start, the third, but sometime later during the day or something. So I was
okay.
surprised I was able to sign in.
Yeah. Oh, good. I hope we're on the right channel and everything.
Me too. Oh, there's Nancy.
Oh, good.
We're coming, we're coming. There we
Hi,
go. Hi.
good morning.
Hi.
It's Olivia.
Hi, Olivia. Welcome back. You
I
haven't
was
been
in
with us in
Portugal
a
and
while.
Spain.
What?
I was in Portugal and Spain, so that's why I was gone for about a month.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah,
How was it? Nice?
beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's fabulous. Yeah. I'm host. Hold on. I'm trying to talk and do technical things at the same time. It never. Hold on. Uh, we're actually leaving tomorrow midday for the UK. So
Oh, good.
yeah, I know travel is just so healthy.
Oh, it is.
It really is. Well, good. I'm glad. And Adrian's joining us. We got a whole crew. Great. So yeah, so I'll be here tomorrow for class, and then the next two Mondays are going to be subbed by Nancy Ray. So she's going to just do more of a gentle stretching class than a true yoga class. And then Sue is subbing next Tuesday, but then I'll be back. So I'm really only not here for three classes with the way that my travel worked out. Yeah, yeah. One Tuesday, because then I'll be back. I get back on the 17th. So then I'll be here on the 18th.
Right, so we don't really miss any Tuesdays.
Just one. Oh, right, because Sue will do a yoga class. Adrian, Olivia, and Michelle. No, I'm here tomorrow. Yeah, I'm able to teach in the morning because we're leaving midday.
But we're gonna miss it.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, but next Tuesday, when Sue's here.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be good. Okay.
Sounds like a haunted house. Haunted yoga class.
All right. So a major celestial event happened last night or the early this morning. Anybody know?
Everything's lined up.
Yep. All the planets or most of them.
Is that good?
There was a lot of energy. Like, yeah, I mean, I think, oh, and Tracy's joining us too. Wow. A whole crew online. I mean, just some, a lot of energy, that I didn't really look into it. Sorry, Rose. But I think, how could it not create
Something.
some kind of energy?
Showing off it's good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope, we'll just hope for the best. We'll be hopeful.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off in a seat, and then we're gonna do some warm-up stretches on our back. So just find a seat and share. I saw this little quote and it reminded me of our yoga practice. It says, "You are the greatest project you'll ever work on. Restart, reset, refocus as many times as you need. Just don't give up." I know. And I thought of that our yoga practice is that, because there's some days where, you feel like, yeah, like it's all coming together, all the times I've come to my mat and feeling the effects of it. And even for me, over 25 years doing my practice, and there's some days where I feel like, oh, I was a little off that day, or but all we can do then is just, I love the 3 words: restart, reset, and refocus. So have some fun with your practice today. It's June. It's like the gardener's month, and just appreciating all that's blooming. We've got the summer solstice coming up. So just this shift, another shift into a new season, and never give up. So soften the eyes or close them if that's comfortable for you. And start to tune into your own breath. Really listen to your own breath, your natural breath. And then feel your sits bones. Feel balanced on your sits bones. And work your way up. So bring awareness to your pelvis area, your lower belly. Bring awareness to your navel and see if you can energetically draw it toward your spine. And then after drawing it inward, see if you can, like a zipper, like zip it up a little bit. Help grow the spine tall. Working your way up, bringing your awareness into the rib cage and then into the chest. And feel the shoulders draw back a little bit, roll them back a little bit. So the sternum, the chest lifts, growing your spine even taller. And then your next inhale, really feel the energy move from your seat, up the spine, and out through the crown of the head. Feeling like a string might be attached to the top, like a marionette doll, gently tugging your spine to lengthen up toward the sky. Just this beautiful energy you feel with your breath as you inhale and exhale. Bring your hands together now, prayer, in our prayer mudra, Anjali Mudra. As we set our intention for our practice, maybe using one of those R words, restart or refocus, whichever one resonated with you, and set your intention around it. Or maybe just the phrase, never give up. Breathe into it. Allow that to guide you through your practice today, as well as off your mat today. It's always good to practice yoga on and off our mats. Silently say your intention one more time to seal it, and then we'll join our voices together with the sound of Om. Take a full inhale and empty it all the way out. Thank yourself for being here. And we'll Om on the next exhale. Take a moment to silently thank the others in this space with us, our friends at home, all coming together to do a little self-care, do what feels good for our body, our mind, our spirit. Being part of this community. Flickering the eyes open and then come off any props that you were on, and let's come on to our backs. Just find a long stretch. Breathe. Float the arms overhead. And normally we point our toes when we take our arms overhead, but we're gonna mix it up today. And I want you to flex your feet. So draw the toes toward you and push through the heels and really begin to lengthen through one leg at a time. So push through your right heel, lengthening out of your hip joint. Push through your left heel, lengthening that left leg. And then on your exhale, bring your arms down alongside and then let your toes point toward the mirrors. So that's your exhale, and then your inhale, float the arms overhead, drawing the toes toward you, flexing the feet, and then moving with your breath here. So exhale the arms down, letting the toes point toward the mirrors. Inhale overhead, filling up your rib cage and lungs, drawing the toes toward you and pushing through your heels. Really see if you can feel that lengthening down the backs of your legs. And then exhale, arms alongside and point your toes. And then pause here. We're going to reverse the breath. So just empty the breath out. Take an inhale and point your toes. And then on the exhale, take the arms overhead and flex your feet, pushing through your heels. Inhale the arms alongside of you, pointing your toes. And exhale the arms overhead, flexing the feet, pushing through the heels, and just noticing if there's any difference, having reversed the breath. So the inhale, arms come alongside, point your toes. Exhale one more time, taking the arms overhead and flexing through the feet. And then inhale, arms alongside and just come down to rest for a breath. Full inhale and exhale. And then separate your legs. So your heels are pointing toward the corners of your mat. And then we're going to lift our right leg, place it over the left. So you're bringing the sides of the outside edges of your feet together and really lengthen through that top leg, pushing the sides of the feet together, keeping the feet flexed. Take the arms overhead and then move your upper body over to the left, making a C shape. Wrap your left fingers around your right wrist to help lengthen through that right side. 5 breaths here. So keep lengthening through that top leg by pressing the outside edges of your feet together, noticing the stretch in your hips and probably a little bit of outside abductors of the legs, of the hip flexors. Also, feeling that length on the right side of your body, breathing into the rib cage. So 2 more full breaths here. Keep the legs active, so feet are flexed. Pushing the outside edges of the feet together to really feel that stretch. 1 more inhale. And exhale. And then next inhale, bring yourself back, your upper body back to center, uncross your legs, taking the right leg over toward the right edge of your mat. Another side, lift your left leg, cross that foot over, flex your feet and really push through that left heel, pushing the outside edges of your feet together, and then take the arms overhead, and inch your upper body over to the right to make a crescent moon shape. And then right fingers wrap around left wrist, reaching that left arm longer overhead. And breathe into this side. Again, actively pressing the outside edges of the feet together really helps to get a deeper stretch in the hip flexors. So keep the feet flexed. Breathing in, breathing out. Opening up this left side. One more full breath in and out. One more inhale. Reach through that left arm a little bit more. Really feel the breath in your rib cage. And then exhale, bring the upper body back to center and release that left leg. And then bring your feet to the mat, bending the knees, but your feet are as wide as your mat. And then drop your knees over to the right. Inhale them through center, drop the knees to the left. Inhale through center, drop the knees over to the right. Inhale through center and drop the knees over to the right. And then bring them to center. Heel toe your feet a little closer in to be hip distance apart. Extend your left leg out long. Push through that left heel. Hug your right knee into your chest. And on your inhale, lift your forehead to meet the knees. Our wind relieving pose. Breathe in. We've got 2 more full breaths here. Feel that stretch in the inner groin muscle of this right leg. Feel the lengthening of that left leg as you're pushing through the heel. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. Hug the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg out long. Push through that heel. Interlacing the fingers around that left leg. And inhaling the forehead to the knee. 3 breaths. Feeling again that stretch in the inner groin muscle of this left leg in that crease. Lengthening through the right leg. So feeling like you're pushing the back of that right leg into the mat a little. One more inhale. And exhale, release. And then bring the feet to the mat again. Heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. Dropping the knees over to the right, and we're going to stay here now. And I want you to look up. And if your left knee isn't directly in line with your nose, walk your left foot to the left a little bit. So this left thigh is straight, pointing to the mirrors. And then let that knee, that left knee, draw toward the earth. So actively pulling that knee toward the earth and feeling the stretch, hopefully in the back area, the IT band and your hip flexor. So actively drawing that left knee down, feeling the stretch, feet are flexed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe lift that right foot. Drop it down on that left knee, on the top of that left knee to help draw it down. It's going to intensify the stretch a little bit. So choose, if it's too much for you, just release that right foot back to the mat. And let's maybe now add lifting the arms overhead to lengthen even more through that whole left back side. Breathing in, breathing out. Really allow the blood to flow. Opening the top of this left hip flexor. One more breath in. And exhale the arms down. Release that right foot if you put it on. And then bring the knees back to center. We're going to take that on the other side. So drop the knees over to the left. And start inching your right foot over to the right a little bit. Lift your head up to make sure your right thigh and right knee are pointing straight toward the mirrors. So that's really important. That's an important step in this. And then just start to draw that right knee down toward the earth, and maybe choose to bring that left foot on top of it. And then when you're ready, maybe float the arms overhead to lengthen along this whole right side, back side, front side, really breathing in, feeling it all open. Feel where you're gripping, where you're holding onto and not allowing it to just open. One more breath in. And exhale the arms back down. Release that left foot if it was on top. Bring the knees back to center and heel toe them in a little closer. And then we're gonna bring the knees into the chest and just rock from side to side. Massage your sacrum out a little bit. Take the arms out to a T, palms down for support. So the arms shouldn't be any higher than the shoulders. And then with control, we're going to lower the knees. So we're keeping them at this 90-degree angle and the feet are flexed. With control, start to lower the knees down to the left. Try not to let that right shoulder lift up. So just take them as far down as you can. And then with control, inhale through center. And then exhale them down over to the right. With control, inhale through center and exhale down to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale over and down to the right. Inhale through center, bringing awareness to your navel, to the pelvis. Notice how the low back is like a rudder here. So everything's twisting from the navel up, and the lower part of the body is twisting at the same time. A couple more times with your breath. Inhale through center and exhale down. Inhale through center, feel that core engage, and exhale lower down. And then come back to center, hug the knees in a little tighter, lift your forehead to meet the knees, breathe into the back of the neck. Draw the shoulders away from the neck. From the ears. One more breath in. And out, and then we'll rock up to a seat. So bring your hands, your fingers underneath your knees. Start gently rocking forward and back, massaging the spine. And then coming up to a seat, planting the feet down in front of us, coming into boat pose. So lift the chest, come up high in your sits bones, and then lean back till you feel the belly engage. At that point, then lift your feet off the mat. Gaze, focus on a spot in front of you that's not moving. Maybe feeling the power and strength to release the hands from under the knees. Maybe straighten the legs, lift the chest. The gaze maybe looks up toward the ceiling a little bit. Breathe. Now holding our breath. One more inhale, and then exhale, feet to the mat as wide as your mat. Bring your chest through and lengthen up. And exhale, rounding the back, tuck chin to chest. Inhale through center, lifting up. And exhale, rounding into this seated cat pose. And then coming back to neutral. One more boat pose. So bring the feet closer. Sit up tall on your sits bones. Lift the chest, then lean back to where you feel the belly engage, and then finding your boat. Then lowering with control and lift back up. Lower to low boat and lift back up. One more time. Lower to low boat and lift back up. Hold here, 3 breaths. Maybe straightening the legs. Inhale and exhale. Draw the shoulders back, the arms into the shoulder sockets, and plant the feet. It's a new month, new season. We got to fire it up a little bit. Bring the chest through the knees, lengthen up, and exhale, round into seated cat. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then we'll come into child's pose. That'll feel really good after all that core work. So find your tabletop, separate your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your toes to touch and then push back. And let the belly, chest, and forehead surrender toward the earth. 5 breaths here. And really letting the breath release tension from the low back here. Sinking the sits bones towards your heels. And just surrender into this instead of making it active. One more inhale. And exhale, and then inhale, lift up halfway. So your belly's lifting up and you can walk your fingertips over to the left. Drop the belly to that left thigh. Walk your right fingertips out a little further, deepening the stretch for this right side. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Try and keep that right sits bone moving toward the right heel. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Walk your hands through center. Take it over to the right side again. Left sits bone, still reaching toward left heel. Walking left fingertips out a little further to deepen that stretch, that opening in the left side. And one more inhale. And exhale, inhale, come back to center. Thread your right arm under your left, coming into a child's pose. Thread the needle, and now make the left arm active. So straighten that left arm, reaching it toward the top of your mat. Resting on this right shoulder, right side of the face on the mat. And breathing into this left armpit. Feeling the stretch in this right shoulder. One more inhale. And exhale. Unthread. Take that right arm out long. Thread the left arm under the right. Melt down. Left shoulder, left side of your face. Reach those right fingertips toward the top of your mat. And sink in to your breath. Breathe into the right armpit, right side of your chest. One more inhale. And exhale, and then inhale as you lift up, taking that left arm out in front, and then lift yourself up to tabletop, hands and knees. Inhaling into cow. Exhale into cat. One more round. Inhale into cat. And exhale into cat. And then stay in this cat pose. Tuck your toes under. Push back a little bit and grow yourself into downward dog, straightening the legs, straightening the spine, pushing back. Heels can stay lifted for this first downward dog, maybe even a little bend of the knees to help you push back and get that full extension in the arms and the spine. Head is neutral in between the arms, just breathing here, really feeling the sensations of the head lower than the heart. Feel the breath move from your hands up the back body to your sits bones, down the legs. Then the breath coming back up the legs. Sweeping down to your hands. And then lift your gaze, look between your hands and walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lifting up to a flat back, fingertips to shins. Draw the belly in. Try and take any rounding out of the spine by dropping the chest a little bit, but not sagging the belly. Keep the engagement in the belly. Inhale the arms out to the sides. So forming that T shape that we do when we're on our backs. Feel the opening and the rotation in the shoulders. And then bend the knees, lift the upper body to come upright, straighten the legs. Arms float overhead, palms touch, draw the hands down to heart center. Inhale, circle the arms around. We're gonna dive forward into forward fold Uttanasana, grabbing your blocks, place them on either side of your feet at the middle height, and then come down toward a squat, bending the knees so your belly is resting on your thighs. And then with control, shoot that right leg as far back as you can. Left knee bent at a 90-degree angle. So make sure your knee and your ankle are in a straight line of your left leg. Really push through the right leg, lengthening it, and then drop that right knee down. Uncurl the toe. Inhale, sweep the arms up and stack shoulders with your hips on Anjaneyasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften your shoulders. Take the arms a little wider, wide V. Inhale, lift the chest and create a little arching of the upper back on your exhale. And then next inhale, hands to blocks. Tuck your right toes under and lift up. And then straighten that left leg. Keep your right heel lifted, extended, pyramid. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And then soften that left knee and step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift up to a flat back. And exhale, forward fold, reverse swan dive to stand, press and root into your feet. Hands to prayer, heart center. Take a moment to recall the intention you set. And then inhale, circling the arms overhead. Exhale, diving forward, coming into that squat, belly down to the thighs. Then with control, step that left leg back. Finding that low lunge, right knee, right ankle, drawing a straight line. Lengthen through that left leg and then drop that knee down, uncurl the toe, and inhale the arms, sweeping you up into Anjaneyasana, stacking shoulders with your hips. Wide V again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, little arch of the upper back. Gaze looks up. And then inhale, hands to the blocks. Step that lift that left knee, straighten the right leg, come into extended pyramid. So both legs are straight. Left heel lifted. Root down through the right foot. Breathe in. And breathe out. Then soften that right knee a little bit so you can push off the left foot, step it forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive to stand. Palms come together over the head, drawing down energy to your heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, and exhale, diving forward, Uttanasana. Move the blocks to the side, and then plant your hands on your mat and step both feet back to plank. So doing one of our sun salutations here, dropping knees down, hug the elbows in. Sorry, little yogi push-up, lower the thighs, hips, and chest all at the same time. So hands end up under the shoulders. We're gonna inhale, lifting the chest, coming into cobra. And exhale, lower down, tuck the toes under, push your seat back towards your heels, and then straighten the legs, finding your downward dog. 5 breaths, inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, beautiful, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, all the while checking in, scanning the body. Where can you do little micro adjustments? Lift your gaze, look between your hands, either walk the feet up, or if you prefer to do a light hop forward, and then inhale to a flat back, and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms around overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. And just lean forward, grab your blocks and place them on the floor in front of your mat. So that if you're leaning forward like this and you're flat back and you place your hands down, they should be right under your shoulders when you're in that forward fold, yeah? Beautiful, everyone. Okay, lift back up. Hands to hips, soften the knees, and then balance on your left foot. Take your right foot up. And then with control, send your right foot back so you land in a high lunge. And a few breaths here just to give yourself time to straighten your right leg. Bend that left knee. Feel yourself rooting down, your hips squared forward. Now with control, arms come up by the ears. So know where you're rooting in this pose, in that sole of your left foot. Your right heel is lifted. So lift that right heel so you're getting a deep stretch in those toes. Really try moving that right foot back a little bit. Yep, and now lift that heel a lot. Rose, lift that heel a little bit more so you can widen your stance a little bit. Because then if you come up higher on your right foot and all of a sudden your left knee goes past your toe, then you can play with maybe widening your stance a little bit. One more, inhale. And then exhale, straighten your left leg and then hinge forward. Extended pyramid. Maybe fingertips reach toward the mat or they just stay here on your hips. One more, inhale. And exhale, and then lift back up, rebend your left knee, and then reach for the blocks and lift that right leg off the mat. Warrior 3, but supported here with the blocks so that you can focus on that lifted leg and your standing leg. So really straighten the left leg. Feel yourself rooting down. Your right toes are turning toward the mat to help level the hips out. So feeling balanced here, your hips are level. Float your left arm out to the side. And take it back down. Keep rooting down through the left foot. Maybe now flip the right arm out to the side. It's gonna be a little harder, a little bit more challenging. And the right hand comes back down. And then take that right leg down. In, come to forward fold. Side out. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. Other side. Hands to hips. Bend the knees a little bit. And just start with balancing on that right foot. So take your left foot off. Find a drishti, a spot to focus on. With control, send that leg back. Left heel stays lifted. So see how high I've got it lifted. I'm on my toes and balls of my feet. And then right knee bending, not going past the right toes. Finding stability here in the pelvis. Inhale the arms, reach them up. Breathe in. Breathe out, really straightening that left leg. And then extended pyramid, straighten the right leg. Keep that heel lifted and hinge forward. So maybe it's just halfway. Maybe fingertips can reach down to the mat. Keep drawing that right hip back and press into the bottom of your right foot. One more inhale. And exhale, and then we're gonna lift back up, rebend that right knee, and then reach for the blocks, lift that left leg up. Straightening right leg, level the hips, so your left toes are turning toward the floor, and flexing that foot, beautiful. Really try and lengthen through that left leg. As if you're pushing the heel, the bottom of the foot into the wall. So that's level right there. And then play with releasing one arm at a time. Taking right arm out to the side. Come back, really pressing into that standing leg and try not to lose the alignment. Try not to let the hips shift when you lift the arm. So Claudia, try it again, but try and keep your hips level. And then coming back down. Inhale, lift just to a flat back. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step both feet back to plank. We'll come through a vinyasa. Push forward a little bit, drop the knees. Hug the elbows in, lower the upper body to the mat. Inhaling into cobra. And exhale, lower down, tucking toes under. Push your seat back toward your heels. Coming into downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another breath in. And out. And we're going to come into three-legged dog here. So inhale the right leg up, just hip height. And then hug the knee in toward the chest, rounding the spine. And we're going to shoot that leg back up into three-legged dog. And then this time, you're going to bring right knee to your right elbow. And then shoot it back up, three-legged dog. This time, we're going to bring right knee to left elbow. And then inhale, lift it back up. And then lower down. Take a rest breath. Inhale. And exhale, and then inhale, left leg lifts. Hug the knee into the chest. And exhale it back into three-legged dog. Inhale that knee out to the left elbow. And exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale to the right elbow. And exhale, three-legged dog. And then drop that left foot down. Rock forward to plank, lower knees, chest, and lower to the mat. And then move your blocks forward. Stack your hands, make a pillow for your head. Separate the legs a comfortable distance apart. And 5 breaths here in crocodile pose. Breathing from our diaphragm. Really feeling the belly pressing against the mat with each breath. Another couple of breaths here. And then coming into rolling cobras. So find where your legs are a comfortable distance apart so you feel a release in the low back. And then bring your hands under your shoulders and draw your elbows into your side body. Before you lift up, check in with the space between your shoulders and your ears. Draw your shoulder blades toward each other and down the back. And then on your next inhale, lifting, peeling the heart off the mat. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, feel your lungs fill up like a balloon to lift you up. And then exhale, lower down. If the shoulders are creeping up to the ears, draw them back. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. Make sure you're hugging the elbows into your side body. So Marilyn, take your hands a little wider. They're not under your, yeah, they're under your shoulders. Inhale, lift up, hug those elbows in. And exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, lifting up. And let's hold here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel those muscles in the back working. Your glutes are engaged. One more inhale. And exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Push your seat all the way back to your heels. Sitting back. And then circling your legs around in front of you. Coming to staff pose, Dandasana. So might need to move the flesh away from the sits bones. Feet are flexed, hands to either side of your hips. And then we gently press, excuse me, into the mat to lengthen through the spine. Draw the belly in. And maybe engage in the thighs so your heels pop up off the mat. Gaze is looking ahead. Feeling that lengthening of the spine, a release. Draw the belly in, one more inhale. And exhale, release. Hug right knee in, step it over your left leg. Keep your left foot flexed. I want you to really press into this toe ball mound of the right foot. And then take your right hand behind. Inhale, left arm up, and then come into your twist. 5 breaths here. So believe it or not, that toe ball mound is what roots you down in this pose. So really try pressing into it. And then lengthen up through your spine. Maybe take your gaze to look out over that right shoulder. Feel like your sits bones are rooting you down and that you're breathing into this spine, ability for your spine to twist to the right. One more inhale. and exhale, and then come through center, counter twist to the left, but don't lean forward, just stay upright, fingertips to the mat. One more breath in, and then release that right leg, maybe rock forward, move the flesh away from the sits bones, windshield wiper, whatever you have to do in between sides. Whatever feels good. And then we draw left knee into the chest, step it over the right. Remember, that's your anchor, the toe ball mound of that left foot. Inhale, arm up by the ear, finding that length, and then come into your twist to the left. Breathe in, keep pushing into that toe ball mound. Flex your right foot. Adding the head with each breath, taking it to look out over that left shoulder. One more inhale. And exhale, and then come through center. Just counter twist to the right, fingertips to the floor. Stay upright. And then release. Take that left leg out and then draw right knee into the chest again. Let that right knee drop out to the side. Coming into our forward fold, Janu Shirsasana. Arms reach up by the ears. A little micro twist to the left, and then lead with your heart to come forward. If that right knee needs support, you can grab your block and place it under the right knee. So forward folds really help to open up the back side area. So we're lengthening the back, we're lengthening the front, breathing into the rib cage. Maybe feeling a stretch in this right hip flexor, the abductor. One more breath. Really bring awareness to your pelvis and your low back. And see if you can really open up that space with your breath. Inhale, back up, and then draw your left foot to meet the right, coming into Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together and wrap your hands around the feet. Actively press the soles of the feet together. Hopefully you'll feel a stretch in your inner groin muscle by pressing the feet together. Lift up, sit up tall, maybe even wrap your hands around your shins to pull up, to lengthen and lift that chest. Lifting up and then drawing the chest toward the earth. Lengthening with each inhale and maybe drawing closer to your feet with the exhale. Continuing to pull up though, so your spine stays long in this fold. Softening the gaze or closing the eyes, following the breath. And then inhale to reach up and extend your right leg out long. Left sole of the foot stays on the inside. Again, flexing the right foot. Inhale, arms up, reaching up, finding length. Draw the belly in. Micro twist to the right, and then lead with the heart to come into this fold. So notice where your awareness is going to. Different engagements shift the pose, maybe actively pressing the back of the right leg into the mat. Notice what that does. Maybe reaching out through the crown of the head. Notice what that does. One more inhale. And exhale, inhale, lift up and straighten that left leg. One more forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Inhale the arms, reach them up. Again, finding length through the whole side body, reaching up. And then start to lead with the heart to come forward. Maybe the fingertips reach the toes, and here's where you can stay. Maybe the hands come down to the mat. Maybe the fingertips reach a little further down the feet, but try and keep that spine long. Try to fight rounding into the pose. And then follow your breath, matching your inhales with your exhales. And you stay focused on your breath. Trying not to let the mind wander. Or maybe recall your intention that you set, repeating that as an affirmation or a mantra. One more inhale and exhale. And then inhale to lift up, and then scoot your sits bones towards your heels, coming onto your back, drawing the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. Drop your left foot to the mat. Cross your right ankle over that left thigh, coming into fallen pigeon or figure four. So the right foot stays flexed. Your right shin is parallel with the ceiling. Take your right hand, gently press it to the inside of that right knee, opening it up. And then maybe going further, take that right arm through the hole, interlace your fingers behind the left thigh, lifting that left leg up, and then drawing the legs toward your chest, but keeping the right foot flexed and left foot flexed now. And then we're going to drop the left foot down, coming into a twist by dropping your right foot down to the floor. But the back of the right heel is connected with that left thigh. And then just let that left thigh drop to the floor. Maybe you wrap the left fingers around the right ankle and then take your right arm out to the side. Coming into another version of a spinal twist, also a really good stretch for the IT band on this right side. So really keep that right foot pressing into the floor. So that right knee should be lifted and facing the sky instead of the right knee dropping down. And then we'll rock the legs back to center, release that right foot, and we'll take it on the other side. So draw the left knee towards you and then turn it out. Bring the ankle to the right thigh and just start by pressing that left knee away from you. Keep the left foot flexed. Couple breaths here, and then if you deepened it on the other side, you can take that option on this side, reaching the left arm, hand through that hole, and you interlace the fingers behind that right thigh. Both feet stay flexed here. You're drawing the legs towards you, but that left shin stays parallel with the ceiling. Mimicking, that's why we call this fallen pigeon. It mimics Pigeon pose, but the hips stay level. One more breath in, and then exhale, right foot drops down. Then take your twist, dropping the left foot to the floor. That left knee stays facing the ceiling. Left arm, bring it out to the side, palm face up. And then that option, if you liked it on the other side, wrap the fingers around your left ankle now to just help keep it in position. And now actively try and press your right knee, your right knee into the floor, lengthening that right side. See if you can soften here just a little bit. And then we'll bring the legs back to center, release that left foot, bring your feet as wide as the mat and just windshield wiper the knees from side to side, just releasing all of that. Before we make our way into Shavasana, corpse pose, come back to center and then extend one heel out and then the other. And really be generous here. Take up as much space as you can on your mat. Arms come out to the sides, palms face up. Push through your heels to lengthen through the legs, out of your hip sockets. Maybe glide the tailbone under a little bit. And then also maybe try lifting your chest a little bit and glide your shoulder blades under. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Take another breath like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. So instead of being as stiff as a board here, really start to scan the body to notice where you're working, where you're efforting to hold yourself up. And then scanning the body, telling toes, relax. Telling the feet to relax. Legs, relax. Pelvis, relax. Hips, relax. Belly, relax. Chest, relax. Muscles in the neck, relax. Arms, relax. Fingers, hands, relax. Back muscles, relax. The muscles in the face, relax. Jaw, relax. tongue drops away from the roof of the mouth. Let it feel voluminous in your mouth. Muscles behind the eyes relax. Muscles in the brow relax. Hair and scalp relax. Whole body relax. You are the greatest project you'll ever work on. Restart, reset, refocus as many times as you need. Just don't give up. Allowing the body to be still. Noticing where your awareness travels to, where your thoughts travel to. Noticing the quality of your breath. Giving yourself this time to listen to your own breath, to go beneath the layers and listen to what's inside. This is where the real work happens. Where we feel the effects of the asana poses, the stretches, the union of mind, body, and soul or spirit, the connection with our breath, connection with the earth, being able to see what's inside, connection with your divine. Bring your hands to your belly, start to deepen your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen as the breath fills it up, fills up your rib cage. And then start to make small movements, wiggling your fingers, your toes, circling your wrists and ankles. And breathe the arms overhead, take a long stretch, hug knees into the chest. Rolling to your right side. Take a couple breaths on your right side to just bring that awareness back into the body and mind, welcoming yourself back from that deep state of relaxation. And then leaning toward the earth, Pressing into the left hand and then the right hand to circle yourself up, protecting your spine and your low back. Keeping the eyes closed or soft, bringing your hands together in front of your heart and a soft bow of the head towards your heart. Thank yourself for being here. I thank you for being here. Beautiful way to start the week, to start the day. Being able to move our bodies in these different forms, exploring, constantly scanning the body and listening to hopefully heal anything that needs to be healed, calm the chatter in our minds, to walk more gracefully through our day. The light in me sees and honors light in each of you. Let's seal the practice with one Om. Take a full inhale and exhale it fully out. Namaste. To those I will see tomorrow, I'll see tomorrow. To those I am not seeing tomorrow, have a beautiful couple of weeks.
Have a great trip.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm excited to teach tomorrow morning before having to sit in a car and then the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's good.
It's all right.
Where are you flying from?
Miami. We're actually flying Norse Air. So it used to be Nordic. It used to be,
I've never flown them.
remember the airline Nordic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's their planes.
Oh.
So they've turned into a charter company, but so they only fly certain days, but
Oh,
where do you
I didn't
fly
even
into
know
much
that.
more affordable?
Yeah, I didn't
So
know.
we're flying into Gatwick,
Oh,
directly
that's
into
awesome.
Gatwick, yeah,
I didn't know
from
they
Miami.
could. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, so what we were able to get for premium economy was less than what we would have paid for economy on BA.
Wow.
So, and the planes, I mean, they're good aircraft, so.
Wow.
Michelle and Olivia, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, Nancy. Take care. Bye,
You too.
Olivia.
All right, bye, ladies.